All right, guys, can everybody hear me okay? Okay, good deal. Okay, and it looks like Tafatsi left a comment here to try breaking an alliance with some of the Theocracies. That's probably a good idea, like this one, because these guys are an elector. So, and we actually already have favors from when we were previously allied. So we might be able to break them off a little bit. I still think this is going to be 2 wars. I really do. And we can prep. We can probably prep in Switzerland. Yeah, the bass EU4 music, I haven't either. It kind of goes hard. I'm not going to lie. Some of these are pretty good. And our Navy is honestly not going to have that much to do. We'll be fighting a lot of the HRE, but not that much outside of it. I guess we'll be fighting Moldavia. Maybe we should prep in the east. Maybe we actually want to prep over here. And let's start doing a Bohemian spy network. We're still 4 over in Diplo relations, and that's about to get worse because we're going to ally. So we just got mines. These are the 3 we're going to need. And now let's get this one. I'm hoping we don't like ally arrival and mess this up. Okay, Riga is still good. Okay, so there's no rival issues here. And I don't care about this. Yeah, I don't want to, I thought about that. I don't want to push Bohemia so hard that they don't take the second war. I'm thinking we just go for a quick white peace in the first war with them. Don't get too greedy, and then do the second. All right, we have one more to do here. Okay, so that's 4 electors. So we just need the 3 that we talked about. And let's see if we can get mines to end one of these. We could try the Great Power Way. That's not happening. So we'll have to do favors. And they will do that. Okay, somebody asked, what's the long-term plan with Bohemia? Who's going to take the land? Theocratic Austria and Hungary are efficient, but not interesting choices. I agree with that. We have Hungary over here. My thinking is Hungary is going to get the Carpathian land here. The Czech land is going to be split between probably Nitra and then maybe the Teutonic Order. And then as far as like the German stuff, Austria is still around up here. They've got 4 provinces in the west. Once we dismantle the HRE, I think France is going to hit it hard from the west. Now, at the same time, we're going to distract them because when the truces are up, we're going to be going back at France and Spain. We have a truce with France. When is that up? 1669, so that's 8 years on France, and then just 2 years on Spain. Here, I'm going to turn the bit rate down slightly. Twitch is saying this is unstable. So I'm going to change this. Slightly. Hopefully that still looks okay. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen in the HRE. There's still a few theocracies. Mainz is probably one of the stronger ones. We'll probably keep them, and maybe Mainz gets a bunch of northern Germany here. But as far as the east, I think we'll split. Croatia can get this stuff in the south, Hungary, Nitra, TO, and then that's most of their land, I think. So let's get these guys set up. And I think we talked about going Saxony first with the no CB. We can see if the Palatinate picked anybody up. Still no shared allies. I don't think, unless I'm missing something here. No. Yeah, I think we've got to do this the hard way. And Bohemia, they've got some debt, but it's only -6 reasons to join. So I think they'll join the second war also. And this first war, it's a lot of small stuff. And it's only 15 for this no CB because of all the modifiers we have. Which is, as far as the no CB war, especially in the HRE, this is about as good as it gets. So I think we want to kick this off. I think we're set. We just need the 3. I'm not going to call our HRE allies, just so I don't have to worry about their capitals. They could get occupied in another war. That would be annoying. But we'll have to take that chance. Oh, and we could break the Livonians. Can we break that alliance so we don't have to fight our buddies? No, because we already did a break alliance thing. And technically we have annul treaties with them. So we're going to have to fight our buddies up here. 14k. It's fine. We'll call the Latin Empire and Croatia. And we'll leave the HRE guys out of this. And we'll have our 4 marches as well. And some of these marches are actually pretty decent. Stream still says unstable. I'm going to turn this down slightly more. All right, let's kick it off. That's enough analysis. As somebody said in the stream last time, what could go wrong? That's correct. If they're your allies, you don't have to siege them. That's why when I hover over this dismantle... Wait, why are there... Bohemia, Palatinate, Saxonate, Trier... We allied these guys. Didn't we ally all 4? Oh, they're allied to Bohemia. It's fine. We'll just occupy them. I guess I didn't look at that too closely. So we need to get into 5, and then we need... Yeah, they allied Bohemia. Yeah, they did. And then this is the war we need a white peace Bohemia for. Okay. Okay, so plan A here is rush Bohemia. And their capital is up here. We could go... That's a mountain fort. This is woodlands, although that's level 6. They're all level 6. This is what we're up against. I think I want to go this way. And then let's get our fleet. You know, our fleet, our allies can handle, like, Moldavia, probably. Alright. And let's check out Miltech. Okay, we're way ahead in Miltech. 160. We're both at 21. We've got court and country. That's fine. Yeah, court and country's fine. We're kind of going to have our hands full, but whatever. We're going to do a little bit of barraging. Okay, we got a breach. Oh, look how fast the siege is going, guys. Minus 78%. They've got the fort in disrepair. Watch these ticks. That's nuts. Okay, we'll take it. And meanwhile, this other one feels like molasses compared to that. They've got 46% defense with... They have an advisor. And then the great defensive thinking, I don't know if that's like a mission or event or what that is. They didn't go defensive ideas, so I don't know what that great defensive thing is. Yeah, World War I in 1661, kind of. Oh, it's the level 3 advisor event. That makes sense. And how do I want to do this? You go here. Don't want you to go all the way around. Okay. Let's see how close Bohemia is. Not close, but we haven't taken Prague yet. Yes, Shane, that's the plan. We're going for it. It's going to take a second war. We need to knock Bohemia out and then do a second war. But I think we can do it. You know what we might do? Nah, actually, we're okay. I was thinking about doing a debt restructure thing. But, yeah, we're good. I'm not calling in mines. They could get occupied and then alliance broken, and I don't want to deal with it. Yo, let's barrage in Prague. It's a good song too. Gurkhani's going after the Mams. Hopefully they clean up these borders in Arabia. Those are pretty bad. 287 for Gurkhani and 51k, and they're already fighting Spain. So Mamluks they're gonna have a tough time here. Okay, we've got a peace offer from Bavaria. They are not an elector, and they're not going to be joining the second war. So we could take that, just to simplify this a little bit. We could pillage for 4 AE. I'm going to do that. I know some of you guys don't pillage that much, but for a tall game, I kind of like it. All the dev we can get is how I see it. And let's take money. I think we're good doing this. Let me double check. They're only allied to Saxony. That's not going to change anything. That's fine. Our allies have 7 morale. I guess that's our subject. That's pretty good. Look at all those modifiers. Combat Heresy Reform, Papal Blessing, Protect the Little Folk, Overlord sends officers, Field Priests and Soldiers Prayer Books. I think that's Religious Quantity policy. I thought that Protector of the Little Folk was for Peasant Republics only. So I'm not sure how they have that. Protect the Little Folk. Maybe that's something else. Does anybody know why they have that modifier? But they're doing well. Look at this. They're winning that easily. Okay, and then the Bohemian army comes in. Oh, it's a Aragonese event? Okay, that's cool. I haven't done Court and Country in a while, so I might have to look up the correct choices on that, or you guys probably know in chat, to get the absolutism modifier on it. Normally I forget to do it. You know, our allies are doing quite well here. Are we losing? Okay, the Balkans are getting hit kind of hard. Looks like this is where the main enemy offensive is. That's fine with me. We should get Prague here, hopefully on this tick. We did. Let's check out Peace Deal. 4091. Okay, they don't want to play ball. That's fine. We'll just go take... We'll just take maybe another fort or two. Here's Saxony's capital fort, I think. No, that's not their capital fort. It's just a regular one. I don't know about the Court and Country. I forget to do it, so I don't know what it... When should that not be done? Do you guys think? We'll take the devotion here. I thought it was usually good to do. What's the drawback of it? It does take a little time and effort. It's not too bad though, is it? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, oh well, I lowered the war exhaustion, so I think maybe I messed that up. Well, we'll have more chances here to get war exhaustion. For sure. This is normally you want to take this one because 15% annexation cost is really good, but I don't think we're going to annex anybody, so we'll just take the Diplo. And manufactories, oh, we could embrace that a while ago. That's probably a little bit silly. And I'm not sure that we even have a coal province in this land. I don't think there is one in Italy proper. I know there's some in like the Balkans. Have they not popped out yet? I don't think coal has popped yet, but whatever. I think he's talking about privileges, like you'd run here. And the idea is if you do court and country, you get free absolutism, which lets you run more stuff here, because you can run some pretty good privileges. Okay. Once we take this, we can go back and fight these guys in Weiden, or however you say this. Let's do a little check here. 48 to 88, so we're getting there slowly. And he's running. We might be able to like reinforce. That's fine. Can we get here? I think we can just barely get here. Yes. Okay. And we probably just want to go for another fort. Maybe, is that a mountain? No, okay. Maybe like this. That's just a level 2 fort up here, so we should take this. You can see we're already starting at like 21. Let's check our subjects' manpower. So you're fine. You're fine. Okay. Because we can send these guys manpower if they need it. I like this war of papal aggression. When you do the no CB wars, it just calls them wars of aggression. We could go for this one at the same time, probably. Even though this one is a mountain level 6. Okay, that one, maybe I don't. Maybe I would rather just go up here. That's a farmlands. I'd rather take farmlands. There's the Spanish truces up. That's fine. Okay, 52 to 85, so they're getting there. Sealy will give us a peace deal. They're allied to Bohemia, so I'm going to stay in the war with them for now. I don't need to piece them out and then have them come back immediately in the second war. Is the stream running okay for you guys? Twitch keeps telling me unstable, and I didn't do a speed test before this one, so I'm hoping my upload isn't bad news here. I turned down the bitrate and Twitch still doesn't like it. But it might just be a Twitch issue. It looks fine. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it then. We'll keep rolling. Okay, there's the next 4. Bohemia, 59.85. It's just slow going. We could go for Krakow here. And let's do that. I thought they'd be slightly easier to kick out of this war. I thought if we took Prague, they'd be pretty close. And that was clearly incorrect, considering we're now into Poland. But we're doing fine. We're not in trouble or anything here. They're mostly leaving us alone. So hopefully we get one of these. No. This is EU4 in a nutshell, guys. Just watching siege ticks and hoping the dice roll in your favor. 74.92. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I really thought this would be easier. This is now... I guess they've got a lot of land. That's the biggest issue. Can we get to 64? No. This is to break the HRE Viper. We're tired of dealing with it. So we no sea bead into Saxony. We're gonna white piece Bohemia, and then we go in on the Palatinate with a Swiss claim. And that should let us get the capitals we need. Because right now we need 4 more. In theory. If we map this out right. Alright, we'll take this extra. We need this relation slot super bad. Yeah. Okay, there's the 78%. There it is, white piece. And okay, we're not exiled. Question is, when I redeclare the next war, am I going to get exiled, or should I just leave them up here and just reverse siege it back? I'm not sure. I guess we're going to find out, because let's go on the Palatinate here. Okay, if we're exiled, either way is fine. Neither one's really a problem for us. Let's do this one. And we'll call our guys again. You guys are correct, which is fine. We'll just come back this way. And we have a lot of mill mana, which we'll do a little bit of deving here maybe. We could also upgrade to level 6 forts, but our economy's like not really as good as it should be. It's okay. I mean, 35 per month is okay, but we're spending a lot. But I'm thinking we take gold in some of these wars and fix our economy a little bit. Okay, so we're at war with everybody we need. So I'm thinking we just rush this. So Bohemia, Palatinate, Saxony, Trier, Magdeburg. We could also just knock, like we could take Scilly out of this now. So if we peace Scilly, are they just going to get called in the other war? We could make them annul. And then we'd for sure, of course they have 1k guys, but it's one less fort to siege. Or we could just leave them. It's not really hurting anything, they're leaving them. Let's, this is who we're at war against. Yeah, so if I piece them out, they'd be called in. I don't think the war score, none of the war scores are high enough for them not to be called. Get their money twice. They don't have much money. I mean, they've got like 4 provinces. What's this raid boss Bohemia? This is the AI's doing. I had no part of this. We actually are responsible for the Nitra enclave here. But we're going to break the HRE with these 2 wars, is the plan, at least. Okay, let's see exactly what we need. So we need Prague, we need Heidelberg here, that's 2. We need Saxony's capital is here, Bamberg. So these 3 we need. And Trier, we need this one, and then the last one up here, Altmark. I've never seen Europe look like this. Wait till you see, what is this, France? I feel like any English viewer is just going to rage quit the stream the second they see this. I don't know that I'd blame them. I think I'm going to start in the west here. Yeah, France had the south. We took this from France. They originally had even more. Let's see. Oh, England is scattered to the winds. So first they went up here and they did like this Arctic colony. So this is England. They also have some coastline in West Africa, a little South Africa thing. And then they've gone as far as, you know, honestly, they have a decent bit of like Indonesia, and they're over here by like Papua New Guinea. So, because we thought about taking out England in order to return cores, because we were thinking, oh, you know, this could be great for core return. I'm not chasing them down to the ends of the earth to do this. So I'll let them do their thing in Indonesia. Let's go for the, oh, look at this back-to-back level 6 forts here. That's going to be annoying. I think I'll barrage some of these. I don't want to wait them out. And we have decent mill. Yeah, maybe they'll come back. Maybe after we weaken France enough, they'll come and get their revenge. Let's barrage this one. Wow, we got that one on 14%. Okay. X'd out, yeah, right. AI England doing something useful and beating France. never put your money on that. I think the top 3 meme countries in this game for countries with like very high potential, but the AI bungles it. For me, it's England, Muscovy, and the Mamluks. All 3 of those just, the sky's the limit, and the AI says, actually, I'm going to just implode my economy. I'm not going to help you in any wars. I'm going to lose. What gets me, so like the Mamluks, you can fight the Ottomans and beat the Ottomans like 2 times. I'm talking like 100 war score wins. And then like the Ottomans will declare on the Mams and still beat them. Like, how's that a thing? Okay, let's go. The run's been going pretty well. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is time, because it's 1664 and we've made decent progress, but there's still a lot of monarchies. But the thing that's really going to open this up is imperialism. Because that's going to let us CB all over the place. And then the other piece of it is every war, like our Catholic theocracy side just gets stronger. Our marches and allies are stronger now than they've ever been. Our power's not changing that much because we're not really taking more land, but our like coalition is just gathering strength. So I think once we break the HRE, and we're not that far out from imperialism. I mean, we're at Tech 22 is 10 years away, so imperialism I would guess is about 20 years out, like late 1600s, and that really opens things up. It has not been that difficult. The reason it hasn't been that difficult is because we started as the Papal State, and it's not a hard start. You have decent dev, and you start. Italy's one of the best regions in the game. So the test here, I said at the beginning of the run, it's going to be, once we hit the late game, do we have the patience, or, do we do like most of continental Europe and just say, forget the British Isles and Scandinavia. They can be Reformed and Protestant. We have the continent. We're good. We'll see. Most of the admin is just going into deving tax. What is this? I don't care about these events. That's actually a lot of gold for 2 corruption. Like if I was to debase, I'd get 734. This like doubles that. We'll do it. And actually we can stab up. Okay. No, Scandinavia, they've stalled out a little bit. They still, okay, they've recovered their manpower situation. Their eastern border's about the same as they were. To expand, they're really going to have to go into either like Lithuania. I guess Rostov's free here. I don't know why they don't pick these up. We're allied to Riga. We've guaranteed the Livonians, and they're too scared to go into the HRE. They could, I guess, go into like the east here. This is kind of a big Bashkiria. Yeah, I guess that's their normal culture provinces. Gurkhani's at 80 war score. Keep going until you're not having fun anymore. That's probably the best way to do it. Instead of trying to grind, the last northern Scandinavian provinces. Good Native American challenge to do. If you think of one, let me know. I'm not sure either. The obvious one is, yeah, like you said, Aztec revenge, come like, because I think Aztecs have missions to like destroy a bunch of the monuments in Western Europe, and so that's a little bit interesting, but that's not like that wild of a challenge. And yeah, colonial nations are a freebie. Maybe that's what would make it a challenge, is I like can't declare on colonial nations or something. I'd have to think about that. This is actually a pretty good mill tech. You get the next tier of artillery and combat width. May or may not be worth saving for that versus spending a bunch of mill here. Forming USA as Hawaii, not going to happen. I'm not playing in Hawaii, guys. It's worse than Australia, and I'm not into that. Speed 5 simulator. Even though I know there's an achievement, and I have not picked that one up, I don't think that's going to happen. It's too chill. There's not anything to do. Yeah, the challenge is your patience for sure. Okay. Okay, so our allies, the Balkans are pretty clear. It looks like they're really hitting like Avignon and southern France here. But the nice thing is these guys are marches, so they can't leave this war. They're with me one way or another. Yes, Mason, this is the dismantle war. 2 of them actually to get all the wars we needed. One was a no CB into Saxony, and then the other one we had Swiss claims in the Palatinate we could use. But the no CB war honestly wasn't bad because we have modifiers. It only gave us -15. So, okay, so that is, we need Bohemia, Trier, and Magdeburg. Trier is getting occupied in another war. So we'll give them a second. And we could go maybe for Prague. Let me barrage here. I just want to finish this. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to finish this siege in the Palatinate and then head east for Bohemia. Someone made him play Hawaii. Yeah, was he being punished? Okay, let's go into Bohemia next. I think we've got a fort in our way. I think this one. He used to let chat pick his nation. That makes me so nervous. We got to get Nuremberg here. We're getting blocked by these forts. What else would you guys pick if I let chat choose nations? So what else would you guys pick? Really, he liked Hawaii? You know, I haven't tried it. Maybe it's better than I think. I haven't played that much in like the Pacific Oceania area, except Australia, and the Australia game was not great. Okay, can we peace out these guys? Okay, Brandenburg. Brandenburg is fun, but not that hard of a start. Ulm is fun. Khorasan's okay. Zulu's decent. Hormuz. See, these actually aren't too bad. Pirate Gotland. These ideas aren't that bad. I was expecting worse. Let's barrage here. There's just so many forts you have to pick your way through here. That's the annoying part. Perm. Okay, Perm is not a great time. Those Muscovy vassals, especially if you're doing like no allies or something like that, are really rough. Even with allies, it can be tricky. Because like say you get Lithuania or something, Muscovy can just come wreck you before Lithuania can do anything about it. Yeah, same with the Velo Zero. Yep. I got that achievement, the Perm one with the trade and like the White Sea node, but that start was not a good time. It took a lot of tries. He's, for some reason, Bohemia's marching 1k guys just to their death here. Kamchatkan tribe. Yeah, now we're talking. That's more what I was expecting, guys. I'm surprised no one's given me like random North American tribes or some of the South American ones. And I'm not talking Inca. Okay, let's keep pushing here. France is too easy. I don't know what I would have to do to make France a challenge. It's probably possible if we do something insane. I was thinking about doing an always bankrupt game, like where I just intentionally kept our nation in bankruptcy for like, I don't know, 100 years, 150 years, see if I could get anything done either on my own or with allies just by sheer numbers. And maybe with you'd need like a decent start to do something like that. But that's another one that like might be a little bit masochistic. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it. I don't know if that's viable, or it could be a funny like crash and burn thing. Okay, Moldavia is ready for separate peace. We could probably do that. What do we want to give here? They are not co-CB'd. They are in this war. Not co-CB'd, but we could give stuff to like allies because I don't care about their AE. Teutons are fun. Yep. Do modded starts count as ideas? Probably not. I don't know if that's not really my thing. I prefer to do crazy stuff within like the framework of vanilla EU4 versus, because you can mod like just really bizarro stuff. And I know I do bizarro games, but probably not doing that. Okay, we could like force a release up here in Kiev, but then I'd have to just babysit them, and I don't think I feel up for it. We'll just do this. We'll give a couple provinces to Croatia. And take some gold. Okay. And we'll just keep plugging away here. Can we even take this battle? Sure. Overkill, but it's fine. I think, can we even get to Prague here? Are we still blocked? Could we not go up this way? It's this thing blocking us, isn't it? Yeah. There's a lot of great Vanilla Plus mods. Eclipse of Empires, I've never played that. I'm sure there are. I haven't done like any experimenting with mods in this game. Yeah, I would like to do some kind of Jewish run. And people have given me some ideas to do like Jewish Germany or Jewish Spain or something like that. Because just doing like Israel and like the achievement stuff is a little bit too easy. Okay, I think we can finally get to Prague here. That took forever. So we are... Okay, just 2 to go here, assuming we don't lose something in the west. Blitz barrage. I was wondering how we were getting the +5 bonus with only 16,000 guys. And it's because we have that, I think that's a policy, right? Yes. Right here, Divine Espionage. Okay, somebody pieced out. Croatia's out. It's fine. I might do something in India after this run. Maybe that Mawar thing. Always War Mawar is, I think, doable. I just have to like figure out some way to get autonomy down, and I'd have to decide how hardcore we wanted to do it, because like you start with a vassal. If you play legit Always War, you would never be able to annex them. So that's one possible issue. If you want to play hardcore, you could just cut them loose at the beginning. A second issue would be if we ever wanted to form Rajputana, you have to be at war or at peace to do that. And then the third issue would be you don't start with any claims. So would I have to just no CB somebody on like December? What's the first day you can declare war? Is it like December 11th or something? Or could I have time to get like my first set of claims? So I'm not sure how hardcore we would want to make that. I think, is this our last 4 guys? And they're at 35. Latin Empire might wrap this thing up for us, but we'll go make sure they don't screw it up. It's going to be funny if Latin Empire gets this before we even get there. They did. All right, guys, that's it. Here's the Empire in 1666. And actually, I'm getting 300 mana out of this. Honestly, not bad. There it is. No more HRE. And what do we want to do here? After these first 2, like, age abilities on the right side, I find the rest of these are not that good. Harsh treatment, I don't use harsh treatment that much. If anything, I like provoke rebels. Autonomy change, that one's okay. fort maintenance on the border, even if you're a big country, at most, you might have a handful of forts on the direct border with your rival. You're talking about not much gold here. Change rivals? I don't change rivals that much. And then the monthly devastation, this one's kind of niche. You know, if I have a devastation problem, I'm either deving or building castles. Honestly, I forget to use this one even when I have it. So we'll just do autonomy, I guess. Yeah, it is. You can get absolutism from it. That's true. That's probably like, yeah. Let's see. So now that it's dismantled, is there anything we could take some stuff? Bohemia is a co-CB in this war. We could take some stuff from Bohemia. The actual war leaders, like, there's nothing we can take from the Palatinate because we don't share a border with them. Unless we wanted to, like, force a release or something. Same thing with Saxony. Really not that much for us to do here. So we might just make a bunch of separate pieces. Let's do that. Okay, I'm just going to do like a barrage of peace deals here. And I'm going to head in and put my guys in Bohemia so they don't get exiled. We lost the Catholic Empire buff. That's fine. Totally fine. Okay, and Sealy. Let's pillage. The pillages are so cheap, guys. 3.4 AE. I mean, it's only 2 dev, but we could force them Catholic. We're going to be taking their land anyways. So there's... I don't know that there's any need to do that. Let's just take gold here. I think we can get a lot of gold out of this combination of wars. And that's Croatia leaving the second war. That's fine. It's always interesting to see what happens to the HRE. Like, after you dismantle, there's always, like, so much consolidation, all these little guys. Yeah, I don't know. Why does Bohemia have a single province up here in Denmark? Who knows? Like, if you're Bohemia, why would you not take something closer to your borders? I don't know. Alright, let's keep making deals. Okay, Saxony. I don't care that they have a subject, although their subject's way bigger than them. 100% liberty desire. That's not my problem. And I don't even care about your allies. Let's pillage and take money. Okay, down to one more. Rome is up to 53 dev. That's not too bad. And then in this second war, we can still piece out some guys here. We'll force these guys Catholic. And we'll take some gold. Could have been a unlawful territory demand. That's possible. Let's siege another fort here. We'll just take the tax. Sure. Why not? Where are you? Yes, they do have a strange focus tree. You're right. I think they have 2 capital changes in the mission tree, and then the 3rd capital change is if you do Rajputana, I think. But the funny thing there is you can move the capital without being at peace. So yeah, they do. I like the mission tree. It definitely feels dated compared to some of the newer stuff. Hey, here's one of the first HRE dismantle wars. The Teutons are finally going after Prussia. Good for them. Hopefully this helps our allies up here finally do something, because we've been allied to these guys all game, and they've like been a useful distraction in a couple wars, but they've done nothing on their own, really. And I'm actually debating down here if I should give this to Croatia. Do they actually want it now? Okay, they do want it. We'll give it to them. I was debating taking any of this stuff on the border, because technically it is part of the Venice trade node, but culture-wise it is South Slavic, so India does have, a lot of India does have decent focus trees. Okay, France is headed into the former HRE. Saw that one coming, although what is this, guys? And what is that flag? Funky. Reformed Republic, Frisian Cascadia. Guys, the English are up here. They're going everywhere. The English, they're like desperate. Anywhere they can go. Whatever. Oh god, look at this peace deal, guys. Oh, well, Eastern Arabia is... They cleaned up the borders, at least. You can say that. The entire Persian Gulf. Guys, this Gurkhani. They have 2,100 dev. Latin Empire has 76,000 guys. We could get decked on. I mean, we would win just due to human factor. But it wouldn't necessarily be a fun time. Can you imagine trying to get 100 war score on this Gurkhani with these borders? That's nightmare fuel. Okay, our allies, they're, for some reason, Bohemia's back in Latin Empire, trying to take their capital. Surprised they don't want to peace out yet. I guess it's only been 3 years. Yeah, you're right. They're only yellow on Latin Empire lands. Even most of this culture group is yellow. Even the Mams. It's like they're done in the West. This guy, he's an administrator. I don't know. He's 34. He may not have been the guy that started the war. He might have inherited the war. I don't actually know if Gurkhani can become Mughals. I mean, it's the same as the Timurid tag. Can Timurids become... I don't play Timurids. They're too... I say they're easy. They're too RNG. If that guy lives long enough for you to annex some subjects, they're super easy. If that guy dies, then it's more of a pain, but... Let's see. Timurids can? Okay. So are they missing? Do they need more stuff towards India? Like, do they need, like, Delhi? I don't actually play Mughals that much either. Is that what they're missing? Like, Delhi? And then they might be able to do it? That's my guess. That would be a big Mughals. Yeah, they need Delhi. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's devil a little bit more here. Okay, we can get Augsburg out of this war. With gold. And just three nations left here. Bohemia still has a lot of guys. We haven't really fought them in the field much. They've like gone after our allies and subjects, and we've just been sieging down. Are they all still down here? Yes. Okay, that's Prussia is back with the Teutonic Order, and then Riga picked up the last Estonian province. So I guess Riga and... Do they have like a three-way alliance block up here? They do. That's kind of funny. I wasn't sure if these guys would fight because they're so close to each other, but this is a three-way alliance block. So I don't even know how to split the land up here. I was thinking this would go to the Livonians, but I hate to ditch these guys. As a Catholic theocracy, they haven't done anything wrong. We could just break both alliances and see who survives. It's not very holy of us, though. All right, let's peace out one more. Surprised we can get 600 gold from a 5 province. Maybe they got a lot of dev. Okay, just 2 left. How long is this war? This is 63, but this is the second one. I know real time it's been hour plus, hour 10, something like that. The papal schemes, yeah. We have to decide how good of a pope are we going to be. Okay, first one was in 61. Okay. It's just we've paused and we've played like fairly slowly here. Okay, they're at 39 war score. We have to figure out what we want to do. I think at a minimum, we're getting a land connection here. Although Croatia's out, so we'd have to take these and then hand them off. Which we could do, or we could just keep them. I mean, it's our trade node. Croatia did help us. I'll pull chat on that. We'll take these for sure. I'll let chat decide if we keep them or hand them over to Croatia. I'm fine either way. This game doesn't make any sense. Okay, we got 1 vote for keep them. You deserve a treat. I don't think they have cores. The cores, it's Slovene culture, which is they don't even have claims, even though I think they can get them if they do like their missions or something. Keep them, it's the Christian thing to do. I could do like a straw poll. Yeah, I could. Okay, there's a vote for Croatia. Here, I'll throw something together real quick here. Okay, there you go. You guys can vote on that, and I'll follow the vote. Oh, does it? Oh, well then I guess I've never done one on YouTube before. Is it? You're totally right. Shows you how experienced I am with this. All right, let's try it this way. There we go. It was easy. A pull and anti-pull. I like that. It'll be funny if the results are different. We'll take the army professionalism, I think. 135 ducats is not worth it. We'll take that. Okay, so actually getting closer now. 50, 58. So another thing I think I want to do here for sure is get Hungary back in the game. Like so. The results are different, guys. You're just messing with me now. Okay, I don't know what to do then. Okay, you meant to vote keep and you accidentally voted hand off. You know, they already have part of that state, and I hate splitting up a state. So if it's close to 50-50, I might hand them off. Yeah, I mean, we're not in danger of, you know, this run crashing out by any means. And they have been, well, they've been a decent partner. The weird thing is they hit like 51% Liberty Desire kind of earlier than I was expecting, and then Gurkhani supported their independence, which immediately jumped him to 100, and I just didn't want to fight Gurkhani, so I let him go. So I meant to keep him quite a bit longer. If I had let the Latin Empire go earlier, we could have kept him. That was the only reason their Liberty Desire was up in the first place. Keep him is it's only winning on YouTube. Keep him lost on straw poll. But if we had a misvote, then you're right. Keep 'em did win, so. Here we go. That's better siegeability. One vote off in the straw poll. That's true. See, if we keep it though, I wish I had a way. I guess I could like threaten war, break. You can't threaten war on an ally, can you? No. I was gonna say we could threaten war. That now we're getting very unneighborly, just to clean up the state borders. Yeah, it does. That's not a lot of RP if you start threatening Catholic theocracy neighbors. That's true. I don't think we're gonna do that. Okay, a couple peace deals over here. What do we got? Mamluks. Mamluks gave up colonial Australia. It's no longer a thing. Just Spanish Australia. And Ditmarshan got eaten by Scandinavia. Okay, there's Berlin. Okay, we could probably make the peace deal soon. I think I want to give some of this stuff to Hungary, so I could just take it and hand it off. Because this... I don't get why this is Czech culture, West Slavic. I don't know how that happened. It's kind of weird. But like if we took... That's too much war score. I think something like that. We need a little bit more. Yep, we're going to blob Nitra probably in the next war. But yes, that's part of the plan. Okay, so... Yeah, but usually the AI doesn't culture convert unless maybe they got in a state mission. Because normally they're just not that into culture conversions. Back-to-back disease outbreaks at 57. 3, guys. The triple disease outbreak. It happened. Oh, here we go, though. EU4 takes away and EU4 giveth. Look at this. 6 fire, 3 shock, 4 maneuver, 5 siege. 5 siege, guys. That's pretty good. Pre-recorded, guys. He's gonna die. He's gonna die in like 18 months. Alright, let's bring him down here. Okay, so this is level 6 mountains with ramparts. Let's see how he does on that. I could do a Romanian vassal. I'm kind of thinking like 1 subject or ally per culture group. And I was going to let Hungary have Carpathian culture, Croatia have South Slavic, Nitra was going to get like Czech and Slovak, and then I was going to let the Teutonic Order, I don't know if I give them all of Poland, or I probably split it with Nitra like halfway. You know, yet another Polish partition here. Something like that. I think, how is Austria still in the game? With the HRE broken, how does France not just immediately deck on Austria? Like they've got, I was going to say that they should have claims. They don't have claims. Maybe that's why. Okay, whatever. All right, let's see how this level 5 guy does. Starts at -7. And not bad for level 6 mountain fort with ramparts. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, Poland down to 2 provinces here. Okay, there's the French truce is up. So after this, we're going to have a couple different options. Okay, that was not the good general. Okay, there's the fort. Let's roll again. That's not bad. I mean, the siege isn't great, but 6 fire, 3 shock, 4 maneuver. Okay, so I think we're ready for the deal here. We could do 1 more province. And let's just hand these off. So I think that's the first peace deal. 2 here on the Adriatic, a bunch of Hungarian cores, and then this will link up Hungary and turn them from a kind of nothing burger. I mean, they have 4 provinces, so this will definitely boost them up quite a bit, though. I think I'm good with that. And let me make sure we still have our missionaries going. Yes, we do. Bohemia has gone bankrupt. Okay. And then we can end this Palatinate War. We'll stay cold. All right, we're back at peace. And keep them up to 65. We can keep them. The people have spoken. We'll core those up. Okay, so Hungary is looking a lot better. Government types. So we're making pretty decent progress here in Eastern Europe. And HRE's gone, so I'm thinking France next. They don't even have strong allies. That's like a no-brainer. Let's go set up for it. Let's get everybody back. Yeah, I don't know the best way to do this. If I have to leave it and split the state with them, I can. That's not the end of the world. I'm not going to like break the alliance and threaten war on our 100 trust ally. Look at that. They trust us utterly. Well, could we really do that to them? TO wants an alliance. We'll give it to them. And we can even... Should we do both these guys? We're at 10 out of 7 right now. So let's recap the Diplo real quick. We have an alliance with the Latin Empire, alliance with Croatia, Hungarian March. We're guaranteeing Nitra. Let's just make that an alliance. Riga alliance, Teutonic Order alliance guaranteeing. Avignon is a vassal. Mainz is an alliance. Switzerland is a march. Aragon is a march. So do we bring these guys back on board in the Baltics? Okay, why need mill access? Let's get it. Don't they have a formable if they conquer part of Lithuania and Russia? I think they do, but do they need Teutonic land to do that? It's been a long time since I did it. I know what you're talking about. It's like, it changes their color to like a blue, doesn't it? Honestly, Riga's way stronger. Riga has 48k. How does Riga have 48k? Do they have like... They've got 54 dev in Riga? Did they do the missions? Are they doing like the Riga mission cheese? That makes me want to just stick with Riga at Yeah, Giga Riga. Yeah, okay, I'll check the province modifiers. Okay, so that's just the trade thing. Estuary. Influential power holder. Seat of the Regan Archbishopric. Cathedral of Riga. Gateway Port of Riga. They're doing something. Castle of Riga. They're doing something here. Whatever it is, it's working. I think I'll stick with Riga. They're all allies up there, so it's not like I don't think any of them are in danger really. Between the three of them, they have 60, 75. Between the three of them, they have 125,000 troops. I don't think anybody's gonna mess with them. I think they're fine. They did get the bonus. Yeah, I mean they've got a bunch of modifiers. Yeah, they're right on the border of having too many provinces for the bonuses. If they take any more, because I think a bunch of those, it was saying 6 or less, right? Oh, owns less than 6. So they are at the cap. They have 5 provinces. If they take any more provinces, they're going to lose a bunch of their buffs here. Surely the AI is smart enough to stay at 5 and they won't expand. European provinces, that's true, Bruce. Let's get them going somewhere else. Teutons are going into Bohemia. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. So they saw the bankruptcy and did they call their allies? They did. See, this is the cool thing about these runs is you start with like 0 Catholic theocracies, excuse me, but then as you play, you can like boost these guys up, weaken their enemies, and now, you know, they're basically playing our goal for us. So I like that. I don't think they can do Prussia as Catholic, right? Don't they have to be Protestant to be Prussia? Or is there some way around that? I thought there was a... Oh, they have a mission? Okay. Because I know just the decision is... Yeah, you got to be something else, but if there's a mission that bypasses it, then that could change things. We might bail out the Latin Empire here, even though they don't have that much manpower. 700 gold. They still wouldn't join. Distant war. Can't imagine Tio doing that mission. I probably can't either. We talked about it in one of those streams. The AI in mission trees is just... It's a struggle. Let's put it that way. Let's be kind and call it a struggle. I don't know that we do want that because they would get the Prussian monarchy thing and lose theocracy, I'm pretty sure. And then we're back to square one a little bit. Hey, let's go check on Vietnam. Last time we checked, they were Emperor of China. Oh. It didn't go well for them. They are no longer emperor and they lost a bunch of land. Now it's these guys who it probably should have been from the start. They're still losing mandate from devastation and loans. At least they have all the cities. Yeah, F for Vietnam. That was a bold move. Bold move claiming the mandate with one of the cities and like none of mainland China. Very bold. All right, let's deck on France here. Their allies are weak. They're fighting up here in the Low Countries. They have 276, which is quite a bit more than us. But I think we're good. Look at all these claims. How do they have so many claims? Do these guys have a mission tree? Surely not. Oh, they've got just the generics, giving them claims on neighboring areas and stuff. That actually worked out pretty well for them. They got tons of claims from that. Okay. I guess that's cool. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know that they're going to have enough to form Germany. It depends how we break up the former HRE. I was going to give Switzerland a bunch of stuff in like sort of southwestern Germany. And I was even thinking about doing an Austria release. But to do an Austria release, somebody would actually have to take out these last 4, and maybe it's going to be us. Maybe we give these 4 to Switzerland and then release Austria in the east over here. But I don't know. We could also do somebody funky, because Austria's in every game versus, you know, like a big Styria, big Tyrol. Yeah, I don't know. If they form Germany, I don't know. That's one concern with some of the bigger formables. Like if we give all of France to Avignon, I think some people looked it up and they said they thought it'd stay Theocracy. I hope that's right, because if it doesn't, we could really set ourselves back a bit. And we're good in Iberia because Spain is still going to be around. They've got all these random islands and like South Africa stuff, so not afraid of like Spain forming. These guys aren't going to form anything else. The only formables I'm worried about would be France, Russia. It's probably about it. Prussia has a unique theocracy, do they? Okay. Let's get a spy network going here. What tier 8 reform do I take? I took Empower the Burghers here. This one is kind of an interesting one. This one's pretty safe. I like this one. I don't usually take this one. This one can be decent. This one is also okay. If you're doing a lot of loans, this is probably the best one if you're doing like a loan crazy game, because you get interest reduction as well as inflation. I don't usually take war economy. And then these ones you need specific ideas to do. And you guys know I don't play colony games. And then this one, if I go econ or infrastructure, which I do go econ sometimes, I don't usually take infrastructure. This one's pretty good. Dev cost and goods produced. I would probably take this if I went econ. I think you're right about 10% army maintenance, which that's not bad, but I don't know. I'd rather have trade bonuses. That's just me. Probably also depends where you're playing, if you've got good trade nodes or not. And we do. The Italian nodes are really good. Hey, I appreciate that. I have not done a no DLC challenge. I would consider it for sure. I haven't played with no DLC like ever, and it could be interesting just to see how different it is. And I would definitely consider it. Another thing I've thought about doing is just taking a look at the tutorial, like the current state of the tutorial in 2025. Like, how does it hold up? Does it even still work? They've like added so much to the game, and I don't think they went back and you know, tweaked the tutorial. I think, and it was never good. So now it's like bad and like super outdated. No, there's no way it holds up. I'd be shocked. So to me, it's a question of how bad is it? Is it like serviceable, only slightly bad, or is it like a straight up disaster? Because this game, like, you either have to play it and then just get like, you know, beat back and forth by the game until you learn your lessons, or watch somebody play, or some combination of the two. Because this game, if you're a new player, you can easily get pushed around by the AI and not even really know what you did wrong. It's not always obvious, you know? Yeah, it's a video on YouTube. It pretty much is. French army is nowhere to be seen. I guess they're still up here in the Low Countries. On paper, 275k should be able to put up a good fight. Let's get our fleet in here. And we'll call mines. Why not? The more the merrier. And let's take... Do we want to take Miltech 22? Yeah, let's do it. And then... I'm going to do this, and if he comes off and starts marching towards me, I'm just going to pull back. Let's do this mortar. I don't think he's going to do that. He's going to stay. Okay. And we can lose the AT. That's fine. Yes, that's the plan, is we're going to give it all. It's going to be the strongest AI Avignon in EU4 history, maybe. Certainly the strongest I've ever played. You hardly ever see this tag, let alone having half of France, so... Okay, you recently got into EU4. It's funny, I'm the other way around. I'm pretty bad at Hearts of Iron. I really am. I don't like microing the army, and if you just do like front lines and shortcuts like that, I don't think it goes that well. Okay, we're up to 23. Yeah, this is going fine. Let's barrage this. This is taking too long. Yeah, we might have the same thing with France if they did like some New World escape thing. Like, do they have any islands anywhere? These are Portuguese. They've got like one province down here in Argentina. I don't know if they went as hard on colonies. So it's entirely, well, okay, they've got something here over in like Baja, Mexico. We'll see. I don't know that the French tag is going to stick around like the English tag is, but we're also such a long ways from clearing them. I mean, we could also just exile the French to Iceland. This is French Iceland. So that could be the ultimate keep France from forming by just letting them exile up here. Oh, they've got an island on the bottom of the map. Oh, they do. What is that? Georgia? South Georgia? Yeah, these are the Falkland Islands and South Georgia. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think the tag will stick around. Unless the player specifically tries to knock them out. Yeah, that's true. Iceland's in Europe. Well, we'll see. We could go help our guys here. They may not even need it. Oh, they do need it. Overkill. Super overkill. Okay, Teutons are making some peace. Bohemia is now losing to Lithuania as well. How much easier do the DLCs make you for? You know, I'm not sure because I haven't played without them. I think definitely easier depending on like who you're playing, because some of the mission trees are kind of broken. Yeah. As far as like, it's definitely not going to be an I win button. You know, if you're 300 hours to make Rome is kind of tricky, even if you start as somebody strong, just because you kind of have to go after it the whole game. And you also have to be aware of like AE and stuff like that, aggressive expansion, so you don't just get like a huge coalition the first time you win a big war. Now there are mission trees that would definitely help with that. Who are you using to try to form Rome? Have you tried a couple different nations, or are you sticking to one? You know, if you play a smooth Byzantium game, you don't have to do... were you fighting coalition wars, or was it just big late game alliance blocks? Because you don't have to do coalition wars if you play kind of like a smooth, even game with Byzantium, but the late game alliance blocks are sometimes just unavoidable. But yeah, the game... Big late game blocks. Yeah, that's just late game EU4. That's if you want to play in 1750, that's just how it is, unfortunately. Yeah, Aragon has a good tree. Yeah, they do. There's quite a few good options. Depending on how you want to do it. For me, fun factor, I think Byzantium is definitely highest fun factor, but for a new player, probably not, because they intentionally made the Biz early game harder with like those bad privileges. And then to balance it out, they gave them like OP stuff later on that they never really needed. So it's like, to me, that just hits new players the more, and it's kind of a weird way of going about it. But for a new player, if you want Rome, Biz is probably not the way to go. Going like Christian Ottomans is still good. You can flip Orthodox super easy. You literally need like rebels to take one province. You flip Orthodox. Now it messes up your mission tree, I think, somewhat going Christian, but you still start so strong. You have easy expansion in the Balkans, easy expansion. Well, Mamluks, if you're a new player, Mamluks aren't easy, but there's a lot of good options. I mean, the obvious ones: France, Castile, Venice, Milan. Those are a little bit trickier because they start smaller, and you also Italian AEs. There's a lot of ways to do it. Yeah, if you're a new player, the MAMs, yeah. Yeah, the MAMs, if you're a new player, the MAMs are scarier than if you're an experienced player. I've just seen them fail so many times. It's hard for me to take them seriously, but you're right. For a new player, it's kind of a different ballgame. Let's dev a little bit here. Okay, France took 3 more provinces in the Low Countries. Whatever, it's fine. They now have 85% of the English Channel. That's a lot of gold. Savoy into Italy, into Rome. Yeah, forming Italy. The thing is, for a new player, I think it would take too long. Like, a new player just getting Savoy into Italy, by the time they're doing that, like, if you just focus on Italy, I think for a new player, they're going to get there too late to get to Rome. Mechanics-wise, would I recommend the DLCs? I'd have to go through them. Off the top of my head, I don't remember, like, what does what as far as recommendations. I think it is the full game on sale with DLCs in, like, the summer sale. What's how much are the DLCs these days? Are they all discounted, or are the latest ones still more expensive? Yeah, I saw they made some free. I'm glad they did, because they had, like, required mechanics. Yeah. Even stuff, it really bothered me that, like, they locked key mechanics, like transfer occupation. Wasn't this in a DLC? And this never should have been. This is, like, in my opinion, like, core game mechanics. Putting this in a DLC is developer malpractice. Like, just straight up. You know, I like Paradox. This should have never been in a DLC. But I know they changed that. I don't think it is anymore. Reconquest CB should not be DLC. There were a number of things. That's probably one of my biggest criticisms with Paradox and how they handled this game, is locking core game mechanics behind DLC. Like, I have no problems if you want to do, like, a cool mission tree in DLC, that's fine. You can't put core mechanics there. I'm sorry, I don't support that. You hate Paradox. I understand why people would say that. I do. I'm not anti-Paradox, but I understand why people get frustrated with them, for sure. So the last DLCs are still 12 to 16. That surprises me a little bit. Especially, I get that for, like, the last one, but if 3 DLCs ago now, let's see, we're in summer of 25. 3 DLCs ago has to be, what, like 3.5 years or something? Like, when did the third to last DLC come out? They do update the base game. Yep. And they add, I would say, when they update the base game with DLCs, like 90% of the time they're adding good stuff. It's just that 10% of the time they're locking stuff that you need behind the DLC. And that's the problem. It could certainly be worse. I agree with that. Is there a fort up here? There is. Okay, let's take that. It's tricky. I know they got to make their money. It's just I don't have to support everything they do. Those are I actually so I was gonna make a big in-depth review video of EU4. This was like months ago. Before I did that ethical like Ajam into Aaron Shar thing, I had a big like review video, and I talked about like the aspects of the game that I really liked, and then the stuff that I thought was a serious problem. And this was before they merged those, was it 3 DLCs they merged into the base game? This was before they did that. And so I had like a list of the mechanics that should be in the core game, and I forget off the top of my head, but it was a number of things that I was like, you should not be charging money for these. These should be in the base game. But then I compared it with the ones where I was like, I'm fine with you charging money for these. This is just like extra flavor. And I have no problem with charging for extra flavor. I do have a problem with charging for transfer occupation. Like that's so crazy to me. It's you guys got me going off on a tangent now. I don't know if Deving Provinces was a DLC thing. I had to research a bunch of the stuff because I like this game enough that I would buy all the DLCs when they came out, even if they were a mess. I'd buy them, and then sometimes if they were a mess, you know, it'd take a couple months for them to get fixed up, and then I'd come back and play it. Like, was it Leviathan, the one that added like expand infrastructure? Like, you guys remember Leviathan was a disaster. Like, it was semi-unplayable. It needed like multiple patches, but I still bought it, and like, yeah. So I don't know what all was DLC locked. I had to look it up just because I've been playing with all the DLC for so long. Yeah, I try to be fair. I don't want to be like a hater or anything, but there's definitely, I think, things they could improve. The deving thing, I'm not sure about. If that was ever DLC, that's also a travesty. But I don't, that one, are you sure about that? What DLC was that? Because I don't remember that being on my list. Now, it has been quite a while, so I could be misremembering, but yeah, some of those are pretty borderline to me. Like government ranks, great power interactions. Is this age stuff and golden ages, is this still DLC locked, or was it at one point? Because I think this whole like sub game with the age objectives and splendor and all this stuff and golden ages was, I think this was DLC locked, and that's a straight up handicap, because can't the AI still get their golden ages and you just can't? So, like, that's... I'm pretty sure... So if you don't have that DLC, it's not like all the AIs... Can AIs run Golden Ages if they don't have that DLC? Am I correct about that? Yeah, I know the ages still happen, but, like, you can't interact with them, right? AI can't get Golden Ages? Oh, really? Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay, that's a little bit less bad. I kind of like the Golden Ages. I don't know. It's another, like, it's a small mechanic, sort of, but it's fun. And then there's, like, a couple broken mission trees that let you reset them and do a second Golden Age, which is, it's just broken. We got a little bit of money. Let's get some more cathedrals up. And some more of those. Yeah, that's fine. So innovativeness is DLC also. And all government reforms are. So like that, those are big chunks of the game. Are government reforms still locked? They brought government reforms in. See, I can't even keep track of what's in and what's out now. Let's take a look at what kind of peace deal we want here. Okay, so reforms are in the game, so okay. That's good. It is better now than it used to be. Are there any like forts or anything like really strategic we should be? This should get us a couple forts with this deal. Let's take this one. Yeah, it was, I think it was more than that. I want to say, was it like January or December? I think it was in the winter. They had like a big announcement, and yeah, they brought, it was like 3 of the oldest DLCs with like, yeah, it was less than a year. For sure, less than a year. Professionalism is another one. There's so many, like, and what it is the stuff on their own, none of those are huge, but like you add them all together and it really does feel like different, like a different game. And I don't know, like I think if I went back to base game, no DLCs, I would be like, oh my god, get me out of here. Curry favors, that's should probably be a core mechanic, not in DLC. Like curry favors is so strong, and not even core return is kind of broken, but even if you just hit up like big allies for money, like it's so easy, you know, if you're a Catholic, you just hit up like France or Spain or somebody, and they'll start handing you bundles of gold. And if you're small, they might ask you for gold back. Okay, so you're giving them 35 gold and they're giving you 175. Okay, and then the core return is even more broken than that, honestly. Yeah, I'm not saying take it out. I like it too, because that used to be a thing where like you had your objective and maybe it was like an achievement or a formable or something, and you just needed like a province from your neighbor who you've been allied to all game, but you didn't have a way to do it. So you're ending a game-long alliance just to take one province. That never felt that good. So being able to do that peacefully, I think is totally fine. Okay, I don't think I want to bother landing in the British Isles. I mean, we could, but we've got a little more ticking war score. I think this is probably the deal. 42 AE worth in central France is fine. And then we'll go right into Spain, who has no allies. It's a bunch of New World allies. That's weird. I think that's 3 New World allies. They're not even allied to Portugal anymore. It's definitely unrealistic. The core return thing in general, like you'd have to look pretty long and hard to find like real world examples. Not saying it never happens, but it's rare. Whereas in EU4, you know, you can be core returning with the same nation once every 2 years, and with other nations, just wheeling and dealing your way, picking up land. And in real life, people just don't want to give up land like that. You know, like for something as nebulous as favors. Let's get a couple more generals here. Okay. Let's start pulling back. I think we'll just take this deal. I don't feel like messing with the naval invasion, and we don't have to. We're so close on this. Probably one more month tick. I say that. It's actually one more. We'll state here. But in real life, countries don't have missions. Let's get... I'd rather have something... I'd rather have morale or discipline than these guys. Let's see if we can roll them. Yeah, we could do another subject in Spain, or we could just give it all to Aragon. We really haven't done that many extra subjects. Like, we talked a lot about Gascony, and then we just ended up giving it all to Avignon. Yeah, I think I would. I would do no DLC. Like, if you walked out and you never played the game before and you just bought the base game on Steam in June of 2025, what's that experience? Not like rolling back patches to, you know, base game 2 years ago. I would do it present day. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, I think this is a good deal. We get, I'm pretty sure these guys are getting 3 forts out of it. 1, 2, 3. And so that'll just make future wars that much easier. All right, let's call it there. And we'll help convert. And I think we just go straight towards Spain. Let's switch this guy over. Here, I'm gonna put 3 guys on outrage, because after this, we kind of have more options as far as we can actually go into the HRE now. Guys, look at Bohemia. They are really taking it on the chin. They're down to 13k active troops, 1k reserves. We really did a number on those guys. Okay, we're not rolling great advisors, but that's fine. We'll keep doing it. I don't think you can... I'm not sure what you mean about the base game from the DLCs. Let's check our subjects' manpower. 29k, that's okay. Let's send some manpower to Hungary. They're kind of low. And we're already sending to Aragon and they're still low. Okay, that's fine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, so the only way you can do that is if you go into Steam, you can roll the patches back. And there's no reason you wouldn't want to do that. But if you were like curious to see how it felt before then, that's how you would do it. You can like go into Steam version history and roll it back that way. But I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so Spain allies are so bad. Hey Sharon, welcome to the stream. We dismantled the HRE and it was pretty smooth. It took a while, but we knew it was going to take a while. We fed Hungary a bunch of stuff over here. We took two provinces here in like Slovenia, and then we just beat France again and took another slice of central France. And we're about to go in on Spain again here. So it's going pretty well. Is Poland making a comeback? No. Wait, actually, how did that happen? Did Scandinavia help them with that? They went after Moldavia? No, Poland's coming back. They're headed southeast. Southern Poland, right. I bet Scandinavia helped them because they've got a Scandinavian alliance. I bet Scandinavia helped them because Moldavia's biggest ally was always Bohemia. So once Bohemia went bankrupt and dishonored, then Poland called in Scandinavia and they just rolled them. Yeah, Southern Poland. And what war goal do we want? Let's do like Madrid. We got distant war for like all these guys. Look at that. Riga has distant war minus 422. It's not that far. Like 422, you'd think we were fighting in, East Asia. And it really, if you think about it, so I don't know exactly how the distance to capital calculation works, but as the crow flies, from Madrid to Constantinople is not that different than like Madrid to, Danzig or Riga. It's a little further, but it's not like minus 200 reasons further. Ask Riga to cross the continent. No, we're good. We don't need them. They can do their own thing. We're good. All right, surely we'll get the advisors we want on this roll. Okay, morale, we'll take that. And we could actually, we'll go... Yeah, we're fine. Oh, actually, we got 80k guys. I did not even see that. I was a little bit slow, but we should be okay. So his army was kind of ready to go here. That's not like the AI to have 150,000 guys ready to go on the border. That is not like the AI at all. Spain's trying to save their game here. Yeah, you're right. Sailing through the Med, it is definitely easier. I didn't know the AI took that into consideration. Like, is that what the AI is looking at? Is it looking at sea tiles too? Because it's got to be doing some kind of tile level calculation. Like, what's the number of tiles to get from Madrid to Riga? And, even if you use sea tiles, you still have got to loop up around Denmark here. And that's certainly more than just, this through the Med. Yeah, exactly. Spanish AI, they're desperate. They're finally getting their act together way too late. Especially once our marches get here, it's gonna be over for these guys. Let's barrage up here. Once we take this, we'll probably fight them down here in Valencia. That's a little bit of an overstack there, buddy. I'm not sure you need 94,000 guys on Valencia. He is sieging it fast, I'll give him that. Can we stop this in time? No. Oh well. We can barrage and assault. Okay. Okay, here's the Teutonic peace deal. So that's actually pretty good, guys. Look at that. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 8 provinces to the Teutonic Order. Not bad. Do you see the value in conquering colonial nations in these wars? Yeah, it could be valuable. These guys, so colonial nations, they do have some bonuses, especially to like income, but they're also kind of a liability because first of all, they can desire independence, which is a pain in the butt. But then the other thing is it's another theater that you have to fight in. So say I take Florida, and then in the next French war or Portuguese war, these guys just zerg Florida down, and now I have minus 22 war score because Florida is full occupied. And then I either eat that, or now I have to cross the Atlantic and deal with it. So if you don't mind fighting in another theater, yeah, it's probably worth taking them. Caribbean is extremely rich. Like, I know it's only 26 here. It's because it's mostly getting sent east. It also depends on what node you're in. Like, yeah, colonization is slow and boring. I think they're asking more like, now that everything has been colonized, is it worth trying to take this stuff from them? And you can definitely make a case for it. I don't like fighting in 2 theaters and having to, you know, ship guys across the Atlantic back and forth. Like, that's just not my idea of fun, so I don't do it. So I just keep things simple over here. But yeah, you can definitely make a case for it. That would not be crazy. These guys are safe in Granada, unfortunately, unless we take something really fast, which isn't going to happen. Do we even want to be here? Mountain Fort. We're probably okay, but this we're gonna take heavy casualties here. Poland's going into Bohemia now. Actually, are we gonna lose this? Wish my allies were here. I might tell my allies to start following some of my siege stacks. We need to reinforce. Some of these guys are really low on guys. Let's take this thing and then maybe pull back for a second. Let's enable barrage. Because some of these, like these guys have 7,000 guys, 8,000 guys, 6,000 guys. Well, and that's also true. Colonies aren't theocracies, but even aside from that, I probably wouldn't do it, to be honest with you guys. Okay, somebody wants independence, Avignon. After this war, we'll probably give it to them. Yeah, I could do that. Vassal release and have like New World nations like that, yeah. Are there any cool ones left? Like, does Aztec have like any cores? I mean, that's actually a lot of cores. So Aztec have quite a few. Maya don't usually form because the AI just doesn't form Maya. And same thing with Inca usually. So I'd really have to like babysit that. Should we do Catholic, Theocracy, Aztec? I don't know. It could be worth it for the memes. That's is that Portuguese? That's all Portuguese land. So it's actually could be kind of cool, guys. I don't hate that idea. Yeah, and chat's into it. So next Portugal war, I'm not opposed. And the blood and body of Christ. So I wonder what if they're Catholic, does it jack up their mission tree? I have no idea. I have no idea what being... Oh, you're right. They do have one up here that we'd have to get. That's still probably doable. So I just snake the peace deal up here. These guys are a joke. I mean, they're allied to these guys with 7k. I don't know what it does to the mission tree, but even aside from that, I mean, I kind of like that idea, guys. To keep the like late game interesting, you got to start doing a little bit of crazy stuff, right? I think so. We'll get the inflation guy. They might have independence requirements on some of their stuff. That's entirely possible. Okay, I kind of just want to get these guys back up to full strength. So I could pull these back. Excuse me. You feed Aztec Spain. Now we're talking. I mean, we could get them probably high American unit type. Well, actually, we don't know what the AI is going to pick. Because I think they have several choices there. And we could save scum that. Like for the meme. I don't usually like save scumming. But if it's to get the AI to pick like a non-dumb option, maybe that's worth it. Let's give you a leader. I just need to let these guys get their troops back here. I don't think they need our help, but just in case Spain reinforces this hard, let's go help out. Yeah, they're fine. Okay. We could probably siege down here. Wait, they have a second mission that guarantees it? I didn't know that. Oh, okay. See, I think I always take it in that first one just because High American is so OP. And there's a lot of unrealistic things in this game. That might be the single most unrealistic thing because if you look at the descriptions, they're like nuts for High American. Like these ones, they try to be fairly historical. If you ever read the High American unit descriptions, it's like Fantasyland stuff. Oh, is it inefficiency? I didn't even know that. Okay, Bohemia. Oh, guys, it's Prussia is a thing. Oh, it's a kingdom. Oh, guys. Oh no, it's a thing. They're a monarchy. They must have done it with some kind of mission. Oh, so that alliance is over. You're on your own, buddy. Oh, the Teutonic Order. Get them, boys. We have to revoke the guarantee also. I thought that could happen, but I didn't think it would happen this way. I thought it would happen from like the Reformation. They flipped Protestant. I guess they, we were talking how the AI can never do the mission trees, and then the AI says, you know what, let me show you. That's fine. We'll be fine. Let's go in that guarantee. So we'll see, without us, we'll see how they do. They're still allied to, oh, they've got pretty big allies. I mean, Croatia, 46k, 168. I mean, Lithuania has more troops than we do right now. No one's going to deck on them. And we'll have to figure out how we want to fix that. Oh well. It was a possibility. We always knew that. Okay, select a country and then do Diplo. So, like, so. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, Latin Empire, they've got claims in the Balkans from their mission tree. Actually, all these are from their mission tree. They've got some stuff in Egypt, a little bit more here in Eastern Anatolia, and then some in North Africa. And our subjects, Aragon has a bunch of claims over here. Avignon has some a little bit more in France. Switzerland has quite a few in southwestern Germany. Hungary has some. Croatia has some. Yeah. France has no claims. France has one claim in Bruges. How is that a thing, guys? France has no claims in the HRE or former HRE, Low Countries, Italy, Switzerland, Spain. Huh, I don't know. That is a good way to look at it, though. Free stab, sure. Making claims in Asia, New World, entirely possible. I think they have not done their mission tree, like, well at all. Actually, let's go here. Unlike Prussia, who's, like, apparently rolling through their mission tree. And I think this is our last government reform here. And this one's pretty obvious. Global Crusade, guys. It's a thing. Great Holy War, CB. And so we beat imperialism barely. I say barely. It's like 13 years. So I guess that's a little bit more than barely. And we can do another idea group. I'm thinking offensive for the siegeability, just to make these like wars go a little smoother, faster. It's not like we desperately need anything else. Our economy's fine. Influence would give us more relations, but we're already struggling to fill out this idea group because, I mean, we're at 9, so we're getting there, but we've had this Diplo Ideas group open for like 50 years, it feels like. So, and we've already stacked quite a bit of siege ability. What are we at? So we're at 45. So getting another 20 there, I kind of like. And some of the other stuff is helpful too. Discipline, morale recovery, shock, fire. This prestige is useless because we're like hard capped at 100 prestige this game. Honestly, I'm mostly doing it for this. Engineer Corps. Oh, yeah, bait flat earth comments. That's exactly what I need. You know, if we were really like wanted to be cheeky about this game, somebody left me a comment, which this is actually, I hadn't thought about this, but it's kind of smart. So you do the Aztec thing, they go high American, and then you train guys over here. So we get the high American troops. Because if you build units in a subject, you get their tech group. So we could have high American papal forces just rolling through Europe. But it'd be kind of a pain to remake our whole army over here. But I don't know. It could be funny, guys. I have a feeling by the late game we're going to be desperate just to do anything to change it up. Let's go fight these guys. We're back to full strength. No, he's not. He's running. Yeah, Papal Aztec Guard. That's right. We've already got the Swiss Guard. They were good. It's time to go to the next level, though. Give them Spain. You won't have to transport. Now you guys are thinking. You do have to use the province menu, so it would involve 160 clicks. Might be worth it, though. I don't think I've done that before, and that would be the time to do it, is to get high American versus like, oh, you know, we're gonna get Western units. Well, okay, so the other thing is high American. I don't know if you guys ever look at the comparisons of the unit types. High American, it's not better throughout the whole game. By the end of the game, it just ties up with Western. So by the time we get to be able to do that, it won't matter. So if you're a Western nation, get a PU on Russia, any units you train in their land will be the Eastern unit type. Yeah, I think you have to do it like this. So like Avignon is our subject. If you go to recruit regiment like here and click like this, if we just have, I don't know if we have a guy standing here and then we click the button here, will it do subject provinces or will it do your closest actual province? What matters is doing it, not that it be worth it. That's true. That's true. Because at this point, we don't need, you know, unit tech upgrades to beat these guys. I mean, who's the threat left in Europe? I mean, France still looks scary. We beat them in like 3 back-to-back wars. The biggest remaining threat is just EU4 late game grind and whether we can power through it or not. Okay. Let's take a look at the Aragon mission tree. So if we give them these provinces, they'll get some extra claims. So let's do that. And then what else do they get? We gave them Portuguese provinces. The government rank changes to duchy. Why? How is that an upgrade? That's the lowest government rank in the game. I don't understand how that's a good thing. And would that actually take them out of theocracy? Maybe we don't want to do that. They're not getting Naples. Yeah, can someone like explain that to me? How's that good? I mean, they're already government ranked duchy just because they're a subject. But yeah, so they're locked to duchy right now, but I mean, if you were playing them, I think it's safer to balkanize Spain. It might be. It's supposed to be empire. Well, we broke the mission tree then with something we did. Oh, okay. It says duchy because they're a subject, and if they got free, it would change to empire, maybe. Okay. I mean, they're not going to form Spain because we're not going to track Spain down. So I'm not that afraid of Aragon forming something. It is 11:20 p.m. I'm in U.S. Central Time. So, yeah, I know the times. I have people watch all over the world, which is awesome. But I know for live streams, it makes things real tricky. Because, like, it's... When I start these, it's early morning in Europe. And it's all kinds of crazy times everywhere. But I know I've told you guys, I have little kids. So this is kind of my only time to do it. Otherwise, it's real tough. I can't really stream during the day. I just can't. I'd have to stop all the time. You guys would hear kids screaming. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Okay, so we have full occupied them, and then this is the drawback of the colonial game, guys. We're at 46 war score. Let's check the Liberty Desire. They're not even close. This drives me nuts. You can wreck Spain and the colonies just, they stay loyal like till the bitter end. Like, it's crazy. Like, even after this war, which we're gonna gut them again, they're still gonna stay loyal. I think it's gonna take one more war after this to actually get some colonies rebelling here. Okay, so some people like the stream times. Okay, and some people are getting up so early in the UK that it works. Okay. Yeah, I know they're a little bit crazy. Every once in a while, I can do like daytime streams, just depending on what the plan is for the day, but those are pretty rare. Okay, we're not even close to this. What if we just gave them that central stuff? Four province Spain, and they still had half of America, and they're still loyal. It's so crazy. It's like a totally different calculation than subject liberty desire. Because there's no way if it was just a vassal, you know, four province Spain, and then you have a vassal that looks like this, they'd be at 500% liberty desire if the game would let it go that high. But it's like if they're a colony, they're just like, nah, you know what, you're good. Like, we'll stay loyal. Okay, so how about these 5? How bad is this? We could do it. It's 30 AE. We could do more. It's just a question of I don't want to go to the New World for it. I really don't. Do we need a month tick to get our Great Holy War? I guess we're not going to get Great Holy War against Catholic nations. And there's still a few of those. So we really need a border with Portugal if we're going to do the Aztec thing, right? I think we do. It sounds fun. I kind of want to do that. So we need a border. We could take one of these islands out here. Right? Or they have 2 post offices in North Africa and nobody wants to rebel. Yeah, I could go for some kind of New World access thing. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What would I want? These are allies. This is our coring range limit here in like the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, we would need an island. You're right, because if we just decked on Portugal now, we wouldn't have the range. You know, we could do like Bermuda is easy, and then we could do something a little bit more convenient too. If you want to keep the theme there, I think there's several Saint Islands, right? Well, if the Spanish have them, it would be like San, I think, right? But there's quite a few. Friesland has an island here. And that's all that's left of them is... All that's left of Friesland, guys. Barbados. Tough. Gulf of America. Yeah, I don't want to get into that. Could we just take like something here in Florida? And we could like stage that sort of. I don't know if people are calling it Gulf of America or not. In my house, I don't. I'll be honest with you guys. To me, it's still the Gulf of Mexico. That maybe is a hot take in 2025, but that's where we're at. It's silly. It really is. See, now we're way over our war goal. Don't make me go to the New World, guys. I mean, it's the official name here, so... Yeah, I mean, if you work in, like, I guess the government or a mapping agency, maybe you have to, but as far as in conversation, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Okay, so if I pull one off here, 85.99. We still have ticking war score. We could just wait. And that still isn't going to give us a great Portugal CB. What's our best way into Portugal? Is Aragon going to get claims from that thing we did? And we took one off. They're not even going to get that mission done, I don't think. Okay, they would get claims if we did this. If we give them these 5, they will get claims in Portugal. They don't right now. So their current claims are just this. But if we complete that mission and give them these 5 in central Spain, then they would. But if we want like Bermuda, this is still... We're gonna have to wait a minute. We could also just wait this out and go fight something else. Let's look at our truces. Okay, Bohemia still has quite a while. Well, I say we could do something else. We could do like one of these minors. We could do Tyrol or Styria. We'd have to get a claim. That's not hard. We have a truce with Tyrol. They're out. We could go into Styria. That's not crazy. I don't know if the textbooks had to be, well, I think going forward textbooks may show that, but it's not like, you know, they had to replace all the existing ones. What I think they did have to do was like all the official government maps. And, you know, if you're in the military, all your maps, if the FAA and all that stuff. So I think there's like significant cost involved in that. And for me, what's the gain? You know, like we're spending, it had to be tens of millions on the low end. Just for what? It's like you guys said, it's like a meme, like multi-million-dollar meme executive order. I don't want to get too political, but I'll keep calling it the Gulf of Mexico. Well, let's leave it there, I guess. Okay, so Styria would be an option. I might release them. So we kind of need a plan here for how are we breaking up Germany? So I'm going to give the Swiss a bunch of stuff over here. We could just do like a mega Switzerland. We could do Styria. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are talking about aluminum versus aluminium. Oh no, I think Switzerland's still loyal. It's Avignon was climbing. Well, they're at 30, so they're kind of getting there. Avignon is at 46. And we might be able to buy these guys down if anybody's in debt. We'll bail out Hungary. Oh wow. You know what? We're kind overlords. We'll do a mega bailout, and they have helped us. So this will bring them from 46 to 0. So they appreciated that bailout, as they probably should. And then 1121, guys. These subjects are bankrupting us. There's a Bavaria here. Yeah, kind of cool to see Bavaria. They have, what do they have, 5? And some of these are high dev though. Here's the thing, even without the HRE, if we're just doing like, they're Protestant, so we could at least do Deus Volt, but still 33 dev, 36, 38, 33, like they have 160 dev across these. That's a lot. There's an infinite loyalty thing where you spam build. I did not know that. There's a lot of stuff like that you can like sort of abuse though in this game if you want to. I try to play it like fairly straight up and not cheesy. That's just my preference. I know there's the optimal way to play. Like, have you guys seen on Reddit the people doing World Conquest where they do all the like HRE glitches and stuff that they well, we've already, I was going to show you the HRE tab. I guess we're not showing that. But basically, they have world conquests by like 1455 because they just abuse. There's so many glitches in this game that are so strong. But it takes forever in real time. You know, in real time, it takes 100 hours. But in game time, you can do a world conquest. And I think it's even like one culture, one faith world conquest in like 20 years or something. Like, then it's insane what you can do if you do those. No culture, atheist, world conquest, pope. Yeah, I have seen some of that stuff on Reddit. Is it 1477? Yeah. I'll see the Reddit posts. Some of the Reddit posts I see, I'll just shake my head and be like, that's insane. Like, there was this guy, this was a month or two ago. He did like, he had some kind of spreadsheet with like all the tag changes you can do. And he literally did like 35 or 40 tag changes and just like completing missions. And by the end, you know, his modifiers were insane. You know, he had this thing. He didn't make a video or anything. It was just a long Reddit post, but it was nuts. I see stuff like that, I just shake my head. And you guys know I like to do crazy stuff in here. There's stuff people do that I wouldn't even dream about doing 40 tag switches in a game. Like, it's crazy. Okay, so do we want to deck on somebody else here or just wait this out? Let's pull our guys back. The CK3 speedrun is 1 in-game year. Croatia's going after Bohemia. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, they used Horde for that. Yeah, Horde is really good. So I think there's a couple different ones. I think one way is a Horde one. I think there's a HRE. I forget what that reform is called. The one where basically they'll all fight for you. You can really use that. You guys know what I'm talking about. Livonian Order is sending trade power to Prussia. Are they gonna like vassalize them? No, they have too much debt to do that. That's not happening. Yeah, it's HRE Vassal Swarm. Yep, that's exactly what it is. But with like glitches and stuff, I think. Yep, revoke. Yep, exactly. I haven't revoked in like 7 years or something. I don't play that far into the HRE usually. Yeah, but it's so good. Okay, are we even close on this deal? Kind of getting there. You know, I could go land on these islands. That's not that hard. Fastest no glitch revoke is 1460s. Okay. Yeah, so that might be a thing, is Livonians might get a bunch of this, and we might let them do one of their formables. I might have to look at their mission tree and formables and see if we could have them do something cool up here. Yeah, we'd have to make sure they didn't just turn right back into Prussia and we're just, you know, Sisyphus with the boulder up there in northeastern Germany and Poland. He's got 81 ships just chilling down here. Yeah, I actually HRE. I'm looking forward to it in EU5 with even more states and stuff. I think that could be crazy in a good way. I agree with you guys. Let's catch another fleet here. I'm just worried about performance. Because honestly, this game, the performance is not great sometimes. And you add like tons more states. I don't know. I don't know about that. People are saying it's better though. So I'm hoping they do improve that. But also, you have to think that like a lot of the streamers are going to have really beefy rigs. So if you don't have a super beefy rig, how is it going to be? Okay, we're here now. Let's make sure we still have Bermuda. We do. Do we want to take anything closer? Can we? We can. Like a staging thing, actually on the North American continent. Might be worth it. Take something in Florida. Do you know what kind of rig he has? I'm assuming streamers have better rigs on average than like at the average player. So I don't know. Yeah, EU5, I'm still not sure because I haven't got my hands on it. From what I've seen, I'm nervous about a couple things. The interface, I'm not crazy about. Performance, I haven't heard good things. I do think pops, this game, one of the biggest weaknesses of EU4 is the lack of pops. I think last stream we talked about that, where these big death wars where you lose 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 guys, they don't hit your economy at all. Because these guys, they're not really like members of society. These are like, you know, war bots that you send off to war. And you lose them, who cares? You know, I'm churning out 2,300 war bots a month. That's not realistic. You know, even if you take land, if you lose 500,000 guys in a war, your country should feel that. So Pops is an awesome addition. The trade stuff, it's probably a good thing. I just don't understand it yet. I think once I get my head around it, I'll like that. The interface, I don't know if I'm gonna like the interface. It kind of looks like a mobile game. And all the other like new RTSs, so like Civ 7 and Humankind, they all go for like that flat minimalist thing. And I kind of like the charm of this, even though I know this looks dated. Like this is kind of cheesy and dated, but to me that's kind of the part of the charm of this game. But I get why in 2025 you're not going to do this. So yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best, and of course when it comes out, I don't know if I'll get access to it early. Probably not, but you never know. I definitely check it out, and even if I don't, you know, I'll buy it release day and check it out. So I may do like a review or initial thoughts, because the tough thing with like reviewing a Paradox game, it's like a moving target because they change so much with all the patches, and even the DLCs change the base game. Like if you did a review of EU4 base game on launch, that review would be obsolete in probably less than 2 years. And certainly by 4 or 5 years, you're almost talking about a different game. So I might do like an initial thoughts video and then come back to it as it progresses. So I don't know. We'll see how things go. You're considering downloading a mobile game just to find out it's not worth it. Don't do it. I don't want to be the one leading you to download mobile games. I'm not a huge mobile game guy. Oh. Yeah, pop and trade. That's where I'm very hopeful because I think those are some of the weaker parts of this game. This trade system, you know, with these fixed nodes, is pretty limiting. It's like simultaneously, it looks more complicated than it is, but then once you understand it, it's kind of basic. And so, and the pops just are totally missing from this game. So, yeah, I think you're right that I would prefer it be this way where the issues are interface and performance, because those are easier to fix than if it was flipped and it ran great and the UI was great, but the base game didn't have pops or trade and is basically just a cleaned up version of this. I mean, I'd still play it, but it wouldn't really be advancing the game. Yeah, so much to consider. Basically pump the node. Exactly, Bruce. Okay, let's figure out this peace deal. We're getting distracted here. Gulf of Mexico and then EU5. Okay, we could take a little bit more if we wanted. Let's see if we can get another province in Spain. Let's do this one. Too much. This one's close. If we wait like another month or two, we could get this one. Yeah, I think it probably does look complex enough to justify a new entry. I'm kind of curious about the combat. I don't know if I like that or not, like where you actually have to arrange your guys like into, you know, who do I want on this flank? Who do I want on the in the center? That's kind of funky, but it could be good. I think this is the peace deal. Chunk of Central Iberia, Bermuda, and then a staging post here. This should let him complete the mission, get Portuguese claims, and then we're going to fool around with the Aztecs because it sounds kind of fun. And are we going to keep these? Should I bother coring them, or are we just going to like... Probably core Bermuda for sure. I don't know if we're going to keep this. Do I bother coring it? It's only 18 mana. We'll do it. Oh, okay. So the flank thing is automated. Okay, I misunderstood that when I watched the video. I saw somebody doing it manually, but okay, you don't have to do that. Okay. Somebody says they don't play any mobile games as an EU4 player. I don't really play mobile games either. Just not my thing. Okay, Aragon is too big to be a march. Okay, I wanted to check something because we talked about this last time. So right now, Aragon is getting the... Oh no, see, they've already lost it. I was going to say they were getting the officers. It automatically turns that off when they hit 25%. Because I had this on for them. I'm pretty sure I did. Did I not? Maybe I had it off. I guess we'll see it when Switzerland, somebody else breaks 25%. These guys are vassals, so I can't do it with them. Because the question is, well, maybe. I'm not... I think I had it on, so I think I had it on and it dropped, but I'm not 100% certain of that. Okay, so... Oh, Bohemia is just taking it on the chin here. Scandinavia. Is Scandinavia going to push into Germany? All we had to do was break the HRE and they're finally getting off the ground. So it does auto drop. Okay, we weren't sure how that interacted, but okay, it auto drops and you can't turn it back on. And yet mine's is growing. I mean, we're allied to them, so they should be pretty safe. I was kind of hoping they would do that. They went religious, so they should have no problem converting. Croatia is a nice color. Okay, so that was pretty successful. I'm probably gonna call the stream here. I don't want to stay up super late. That was a pretty good run. Session. Broke the HRE. Another France victory. Another Spain. So 3 wars, kind of what we were looking to do. Only setback here is Prussia, which you know, it's still cool to see him form, especially Catholic Prussia. You don't see that often. It's kind of cool. Yeah, game is progressing nicely. 1676, so we've got, what is that, 150 years left. And once we get imperialism, which is not far now, like 10 years, we can just go crazy here if we want. Yeah, Bohemia, they went from a great game to in 20 years, Bohemia went from great power to just getting gutted. It is an interesting Europe. This is pretty wild Europe. Next stream is probably gonna be tomorrow night. I'm thinking probably about the same time. The 8:45 works for me because usually that's right after kid bedtime. So and Discord's not up yet. I got to work on that. But yeah, I think I'll call it here. So thanks for coming, hanging out. Good stream and good conversation, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.